Good morning. Well, actually, it's good afternoon here in sunny Arizona. I hope this finds you all very well. So, welcome to my only second broadcast of HearthKeepers. Of well, you know what it is. HearthKeepers of the earth. We're talking about women, of course. We're talking about us females, us women who help to maintain this world, and keep it moving, keep it going, keep it producing. Uh, Not too well sometimes, but other times we do quite well. And we don't give ourselves enough credit, to tell you the truth. Yeah. Well, I hope I hope I find you doing well today. Um, that you're healthy and mindful of what your needs are today and what you can do to help yourself today. Um, because whatever you do for today, it will show up tomorrow, either in a negative or positive, or maybe not so obvious, but it'll show up. You can mark my words on that one. Okay. Well, I'm going to address. I got a couple of actual. I got a couple of emails. Can you believe that? I got some email of somebody wanting my advice, which I I give it humbly because everybody's situation is different. Everybody has their own crosses to bear and burdens to carry and pains to endure. So, keeping that in mind, everything with a grain of salt, I'm only giving you my experiences and what it's gotten me through. Um, I'm not telling you that what you're doing is wrong or that what I'm doing is better than what you're doing. Uh, that's not true because it isn't. Everybody's different. So, let's start out with the first question here. I'll call this lady Grace. And she says, let's see, let me get back to where I'm supposed to go here. Oh, uh, I am 30 years old, she says. And she wonders why uh, people are always telling her that she should have more self respect. And based upon what I thought, well, I kept reading. I'm not going to give you the whole spiel of what she said, but basically, in a very small nutshell, it came down to the fact that she was dating a lot. I guess that's what they call uh, body count these days. I guess that's what they call it, the slang stuff. Anyway, she dates a lot of men, and then she also has personal relationships with a lot of men. Nothing wrong with enjoying sex when you know the creator of all things, God, whatever you believe in, made it so that we could enjoy sex under certain parameters. Of course, it's better, but um, I think it's my personal experience. But she keeps being told that she needs to have more self respect. She's got quite a bit of a body count. I understand. All right. So, what do they mean by self respect? Oh, now that's a heavy subject. You know what I'm saying? It's a heavy subject, self respect. I had a grandma. Her name was Gurley Reed. Gurley Reed was, wow, she was something else. She was an amazing matriarch. Oh, doesn't mean that she didn't have problems and she didn't make mistakes. But my grandmother, Gurley, she didn't play. Mm-mm. She did not play. She took life for real. She took it day to day, every day, all day, 365 days a year. She tried to squeeze out every bit of joy and deal with every bit of pain that she could and do it with grace and dignity. She gave me some advice once because I was a black sheep in the family, no pun intended, but I was not atypical. I was not typical to the family uh, paradigm, as they say. And she said to me, girl, no matter what happens in this world or whatever anybody says to you, maintain your dignity no matter what it takes, no matter how many stripes they lay on your back, obstacles they put in front of you, maintain your dignity. My grandmother had what I call an awful dignity. She could walk into a room, and she wasn't very tall. Grandma was probably 5'1" at best. At least I recall her being no more than 5'1", maybe 5'3" even. Hard to say. Sometimes she looked so tall to me, I couldn't. Even as an adult, she looked tall to me. She always stood up straight. Always stood up straight. Always stood up straight. Always sat straight. Always as a lady. Dignity. She'd walk into a room and she didn't have to, and she always was dressed nice. She wasn't overdressed, underdressed. She was neat, clean, and put together. But she could walk in anywhere and people would stop and look at her. Even if it was for a moment, it would stop them. And Grandma was not what you call a beautiful woman, but she had a beauty that was different than most people I've ever met and have met since. But she could walk into a room and people would stop and look at her and wonder who she's from. You know, who's this person? Awful dignity. It's something that you learn to do with yourself. You learn to control yourself. You learn not to give out ugliness and also not to take it. You don't have to take ugliness, and you don't have to defend against ugliness by being ugly. Grandma could cut you 3 sides Sunday and never raise her voice. But she could strip you, fillet you, lay you out on the grill you up, tell you open your mouth and make you eat it. And she didn't have to say a cuss word at all. That was Grandma. That was that awful dignity, that kind of personal respect and regard for yourself that broached no one stepping over a particular boundary, and especially not yourself, that you wouldn't even allow yourself to step over those boundaries because of your personal dignity, which is, my grandma was self-respect. So to the lady who wrote me and said that people say you have no self-respect, it's because you don't. Why would you let a man, any man, just use your body? I mean, as frankly, people don't talk about self-pleasure, of course, but we suffer the most if we make a mistake, sleep with the wrong man, and end up with children we can't afford to keep. So, or we end up with some type of STD or some sort of something. Why would we do that to ourselves? We don't need a high body count. I get it. You want to understand what sex is about. You want to understand what your body's about. You can explore your own body and find out what it takes to enjoy it, and so forth and so on. You don't need some strange man from somewhere, anywhere, a bar, whatever, to go home with you and lay you up and lay you out and call it love, because it isn't. There's sex, there's good sex, there's great sex, there's mind-blowing sex, but it's just sex. Doesn't mean anything. Real intimacy, which involves sex, comes with a deep, abiding, profound love. The expression of that love from a man to a woman and a woman to a man, or however you decide you want to do that. But ladies, having a large body count is not a good idea. It just isn't. Oh yeah, I know men can do that. Men go out and they rack up body counts like they rack up lamb. rack of lamb, rack of body count, ribs, whatever. They get them what they call them. They get them chicken wings. Chicken wings is what they call them these days. I got me some chicken wings. I'm like, yeah, men can do that. There's a double standard, yes. For a man, it's all right for him to do a body count. He can do as many body counts as he wants to. But I'm not dealing with a man because I'm not a man. I'm a woman. And those women who are listening to me right now, you're a woman. Why would you want to do a body count? Why would you want that many men's hands on you? You don't know where those men have really been, do you? Of course you don't. You don't know them. They don't know you and don't want to know you. They just want to be in you, but they don't want to know you as a person, as a valuable asset in life. See, once you understand that you are, as a person, a woman, an asset and not a liability, and you make yourself an asset by making the price of your sexuality a high price and have something to offer more than just your sex, because there's more to being a woman than just offering your thighs open. There's more to being a woman than that. Once you understand that value and you treat yourself as though you are valued, as though you're precious, then you will learn that you have self-respect and you won't be racking up any bodies. Yes, you'll have men friends. And yes, they will want to pressure you and they will desire you. And that's fine. Let them desire you. Enjoy that desire. Take that energy of that desire and use it to elevate yourself, to add more value to yourself, to help you take care of yourself. Whether it's, you don't have to spend $1 million on your hair, makeup, and all these clothes and extensions. You don't do all that. You really don't. What is behind those eyes? Look in the mirror one morning when you get up. Don't just go in and do your little ablution, whatever you do, put your makeup on, whatever, your eyelashes. Don't, before you do any of that, wash your face and get real close to the mirror and just look into your own eyes and see what you see. Knock on that door, and if nobody's home, you got a lot of work to do. And you can tell if there's somebody behind those eyes of yours. So there you go, my friend. My dear, I can just tell you, quit spreading them. Just quit. Learn to do something else. Learn a new skill. Learn some new skills. Learn some new domestic skills. Learn how to cook. Learn how to clean. Learn how to help other people. Help somebody do something they can't do. Do anything else but rack up any more bodies, because you are lowering the value of your own self as a person and as a woman. All right. There you go, sweetheart. I hope that helps you and not hurts you. But sometimes help hurts. I should know. I have that. It's coming up, let's see, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. 7 months now. It's coming up on 7 months since my beloved, wonderful husband passed away. And no, I'm still not doing well with it, but it's a day-to-day thing. It's not an easy thing to do. We've been married 33 years, and I got to be blessed enough to take care of him myself up until he died. My only mistake was that I didn't take care of myself while I was taking care of him. So now I'm playing catch up. But I'm working on it. It's not easy, but I'm working on it. All right. Next question here. Let's see. Protecting dignity. Oh, I have a question here. Lady says, how do I keep my husband from wandering away from the marriage. I was married 33 years. Now, me, we had a different kind of marriage. I was married to a white male. I was a black woman. Of the two, he was the kinder, gentler of the two of us, I think. Um, I was a fighter. He was a lover. Um, but he loved me with a fierce determination that I had not ever experienced before. So I miss that a lot. So, how do you keep a man from wandering? Now, this is going to sound, this is going to sound really horrible to those of you who call yourself feminists. But you see, men aren't as complicated as we make them out to be. They like power. They love control. At least they love feeling like they're in control. But they do. They like control. They like power. It's part of their paradigm. It's part of their dynamic. It's part of how they're wired. Once you understand how a man is actually wired, and don't keep trying to think that he ought to be rewired and unwired and rerouted, you'll be better off actually in managing to enjoy the man in your life. But here's my first rule. My first rule. Now, mind you, I learned this from my grandma a long time ago. It took me a while to put it into practice, but when I did, I ended up married 33 years, so I did something right. First thing is first. Appreciate what the man does for you, and he will do more with you. If you appreciate a man's ego is really quite fragile compared to ours. Oh, we have egos too. We have egos and expectations we shouldn't have, unrealistic expectations as women. That's a whole nother story. But men's egos are rather fragile, and they feel they need to feel in charge, because from the beginning of time they have been in charge. That's what they've been doing. So allow them to be in charge. Allow them to protect you and provide. And never waste their money. Don't ever waste their money. Be frugal, but be precise, and provide what you need to provide for your home. If it's not, and then you know, as I know, most households, it takes two people to work these days. So you have to sit down and have a conversation about what roles you're going to play and do while both of you are working. Because it's now all of a sudden the playing field has gotten a little crowded because you got to both work. And there's less being done at home when you're both working. Okay. So you're going to have to talk about that. That's something you have to talk about. But as a man, allow him to be a man. Allow him to appreciate him, thank him, love on him, kiss on him, greet him at the door. If you're home, if you get to be a stay-at-home mom, or stay-at-home wife, and keep his house clean. He's providing for it. Make sure there's plenty of food. That money is not wasted on food, but know how to cook. Understand how to cook. I'm not talking about microwave. I'm talking about cook. Know how to cook. Man loves good food. He ain't going nowhere with no good food. We can get good food at home. He not gonna go out and eat. Because hey, my wife's cooking me something special tonight. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all can go to the bar. Y'all can go party. You can do whatever you want, guys. But I'm going home, eat me some good food, have me a drink. Okay, now your husband's home. You loved on him, kissed on him. Don't get all up and start in on him right away. Just love on him, kiss on him. Glad you're home, honey, etc. ad nauseum. You want to take a bath, you want to take a shower, I'll get dinner ready. And once that's done, leave him alone. Give that man at least an hour to decompress from that stuff out there. That stuff out there, if you're a working mother or a working man, but especially a working mother, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that world out there that beat you upside the head from the time you punch that time clock till the time you come home. Give him an hour to decompress. This is if you're a stay-at-home wife or mother. Maintain, everything needs to be maintained for at least an hour before you hit him with something about the kids or something about the house or something about Bill. Give him an hour to decompress to himself. Feed him good. Feed him good, feed him healthy, give him what he likes. That's the first thing. Second thing, Grandma said to me, if the sack is empty, it ain't going nowhere. Got that? If the sack is empty, it's not going anywhere. We're talking about sex. Yes, we are, ladies. We're going to talk about that. Keep him so satisfied at home that he don't have no energy for nobody else but you. You got that? And you do whatever it takes. I'm not saying make yourself a sex slave to your husband. That's not what I'm saying. No. There's sex for sex sake, and then there's satisfactory sex. That kind of sex where that was so good that you can't go get nothing else better nowhere else. I'm gonna stay home and keep this right here. So make sure that when he gets plenty of it, good food, really good sex, as often as you possibly can. All right. I'm not telling you to force yourself to have sex when you don't feel like it or you're tired or he's tired or whatever. But if he's happy at home, he's not going to wander very far. His eyes might wander, but then he'll go, I don't think I can get any better than what I got. What I got is what I really want. Give him what he really wants. Lastly, not last really, you keep yourself up. And I'm not saying your weight's gonna change, your look's gonna change. They have to. Change is an absolute in the world, in the universe. So change is a universe. It's absolutely. But it's how it changes. And try to keep your weight down if you can. If you go through menopause, that's going to change everything. But you can still make the effort to keep your weight down. Maybe even set up something where you guys can work out together. Do little workout walks or whatever together. Keep your body in order and as healthy as you possibly can. You don't have to be a movie star. You don't have to try to look like a Kardashian. And you don't really want to be out in public with your husband showing TNA, okay? You want to look good, but you can look good by covering up. You don't have to show everything when you go out with your man. You can leave mystery. You can make people wonder, what he got. I wonder what he got. What has she got? Without having to show much of nothing. Nothing like a black dress that covers you up in the right places to make people wonder, my. And you're still covered. And you're not looking whorish out there. Like you're on sale, like you a piece of meat walking the streets. You don't have to do that. A man needs space and time to himself. He needs really good sex often. He needs really good food. And he needs to feel appreciated and respected. And I can guarantee you, based on my own personal experience, just with those few things, that man of yours, not a boy, that man will do his best to move mountains for you, will do his best to please you and to care for you and protect you, showing yourself respect, and then showing him respect and providing for not only his needs, but your own. It's how you keep a good man. It's not rocket science. Food, good sex. Make sure you give him time and leave him the hell alone. That's it. Uh, Pretty much it, ladies, in a nutshell. All right, last one for today. Oh my, what are you doing about your morbid obesity? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing about my morbid obesity. Most of my life, I weighed 145, 150 pounds. Certain psychotropics that I had to take unknowingly did some pretty bad things to my body. Then I broke my neck in 99, which made it worse because I was sedentary for 4 years. And I was a farm wife. I did construction work with my husband. That's what we did for a living, farming and construction work. And that was hard to do. Once I healed up, I could still do a certain amount of construction cleaning and things like that, but I couldn't do what I used to do, not with a broken neck. So what do I do about this obesity? Well, everybody's doing this whole body positive thing. There's nothing body positive about being obese. Oh, being obese is horrible. I'm going to tell you right now, it sucks. Everything hurts. Nothing works the way you want it to. You can't move the way you want to. Your hips hurt, your knees hurt, your back hurts. Your spine readjusts itself trying to accommodate all this weight. Your spine is pulled forward from your stomach being overly large. You end up with hernias, lymphedema, all sorts of problems that come with being obese, morbidly obese. There's nothing positive about it, but you can positively do something about it. Now, it takes a lot of work and time and energy to do so. Okay, it does. I've lost 100 pounds. But I noticed I gained back 25 because I was depressed. Well, I'm going to turn that around. I'm allowing myself a little pity party, but not for too long. I don't want to get stuck there. What do I do for my obesity? Well, I'm trying to re-regulate my sleep pattern. I am trying to eat less food because I'm not really hungry. But you can't lose weight if you don't eat. Okay, that's not the way it works. So I've been breaking my meals up into small meals throughout the day. I might eat 6 times a day, but I eat little plates, little plates of food because it's all I can stand. I look at the food and I see the food as my enemy when in fact it isn't. It's actually a medicine that if I take it properly will probably heal me of this obesity over time. It didn't happen overnight. It's not going to leave overnight. But being obese, there's nothing wonderful and healthy about it. So I've changed my diet. I have medications that I have to take that make it a little bit harder for me to lose the weight the way I'd like to. But it comes off in bits and pieces. But those bits and pieces add up over time. It took me 2 years to lose that 100 pounds. I was taking care of my husband during that time. But now my husband isn't here. I guess I'm a little bored. But I'm getting back to the things I really enjoy doing, like my artwork, my painting, getting back to sewing and making things. I can't do my construction type work like I used to, but I still have my tools. I still have all my tools. Oh, you should see my skill saw. Ooh, you should see the thing. It's got a laser and everything. Girl, I'm telling you. Anyways, it's cooling off here in Arizona, so now I can get back to cleaning out my flower pots and planter pots and planting new veggies and flowers in here in the next week or so. And I try to keep a positive attitude. It's hard. Nothing easy about it. Nothing easy about being a widow. My income is lowered. But hey, next week I'm going to get assessed for some training, and I might be able to get trained for office work, get paid paid training, and work in an office and earn some money because I really miss earning money. I really miss it. I miss earning money, especially with my husband. That was the most fun thing, working with my husband, earning money. That was great. That was just great. I was with him all the time, and it was just precious every second, every second. Well, in closing today, I just want to thank y'all for showing up, showing out. I know how hard it is. Life is not an easy thing. It's not for the faint of heart. Getting old isn't either. If you're getting old, believe me, it's a little scary out here. But just remember, we are the hearth keepers of the planet, of this earth. We tend the hearth, women always have. We nurture the children. We bring into the earth life. Unfortunately, we also have to watch it go, including ourselves. Nobody gets off this planet and these bodies alive, okay? So, ladies, take care of your bodies. Cultivate some awful dignity today. Be kind to someone. I don't care who it is, in the store. Give somebody a compliment. Buy somebody a coffee. Or smile and compliment a person on how well behaved their kids are today. But lift up a woman or someone today as you go about your day. And if there's nobody around to lift yourself up today. We love you here at HearthKeepers of the Earth. I hope to see you again when I have the energy to answer some more. Thank you for sending those questions, and I appreciate that. I really do. I really appreciate you sending me those. I don't know. I'm still trying to get used to this, so I don't know how to get my email to you without saying it out loud. So I'll try and figure it out. Okay. Anyways, thank you so much for coming today. I appreciate you. Take care, and I'm going to sign off here. It's 5:20 p.m. on a Sunday in September. Take care of yourselves. And don't forget, be kind. If nothing, be kind, especially to yourselves. Good day.